Okay, guys, we're gonna go over Vortec chamber mods. DV did a nice video of this. I'm just gonna go over some things that I might do a little bit differently than him. I haven't seen his video in a long time, so if I go over things twice, it's not a big deal. Not completely finessed, basically roughed out, and the reason I leave a lot of the boss in is I'm not exactly 100% sure what the short block's going to be. So I have a little extra material there if I need to change it for compression ratio reasons. Okay, I took out quite a bit more metal out of this area right here than it was stock. I took out a decent amount of metal right here than stock. Same on this side, okay? This was rounded slightly. This was actually brought down towards the center some more. Deshrouded, undercut just a little bit. Deshrouded, undercut a little bit. You probably can't see on the camera, but when I did the scratch all the cylinders, I'm right on the edge of these chambers. So I'm not going to widen these chambers at all. I put an extra wide top cut on this because I didn't like the sharp edge that was existing there. So when I did that, I had to remachine this edge. DV says don't touch this at all. Basically I didn't. It was already wider than I would have liked. So I just took the slag off of that. This has to get machined flat and then rounded, and you have to change the angle towards the center. The exhausts also got a top cut and then had to be blended into the chamber because they're completely different from the center cylinders to the outside cylinders. Not sure why, but I can't even explain it. The overhang for the center cylinders was way worse. Just thought that was interesting. I don't like to go too close on the boss right here. I don't want to have any threads exposed. Can't think of anything else that I need to explain. I may actually leave this rough texture. And you're going to say, well, why would you want a rough texture inside the chamber? Well, same reason you'd want a rough texture inside the intake port, right? It has to do with the... I can't even think of it. Sorry, guys. With slight turbulence between the air not moving on the port, boundary layer, that's it. Oh man, I really need to get some sleep. It changes the thickness of the boundary layer. Actually, supposedly the little bit rougher surface texture gives you a wider boundary layer. I think of it as that wider boundary layer is almost like little roller bearings. The air can roll against the roller bearings, and I actually did an experiment with a completely polished port, and then I took a port and roughed it up really bad. Matter of fact, I wanted to show you that burr. I think I put it over here. Oh, come on. I'll have to show it to you later. All it does is it makes lines. It's a diamond burr, and it makes it straight lines. It looks almost like a CNC machine. And I figured, I'm like, it didn't make the texture I was figuring it would. But I took an LS3 port and I flowed it, and then I put basically those huge lines in it, and the flow actually went up, which I thought was really interesting, because who would think, right? When 30 years ago everything was smooth. Yeah, that really doesn't work. All right, guys.
Thanks.